So I teach people how to meditate. So I'll teach you now, if you're open to it. So, um, so I hate that when I do that. You're a powerful being, just like I am. But if you don't feel like a powerful being, it's it's because you don't know who you are. And when you start meditating and you start getting into that place, which is neither future nor past, which is where your brain, cognitive self, this one here, takes you into the future or into the past. In any given moment, if you're thinking or verbalizing, unless you're not. But most, you have a thought and you'll have a dialogue in your mind, and that's so then your energy stays here, right? But the brain isn't just here, it's the full shebang. You have your brain, but all the brain cells, the white cells, the grey cells, and the nerves and the neurons, it goes from the brain and it travels all the way through the body, and it's like the power is on right through the whole lot. But if this is where your attention is, it's like you miss a whole heap of brain potential, because you can be in your awareness of your feet, as an example, and hold the awareness of your feet being there, and the feelings of the feet, and all of a sudden while you're holding the feelings of the feet, and then talking at the same time. So while I'm talking to you, I'm feeling my feet. My feet feel amazing. They're feeling buzzy. You just, without moving your feet, feel your toes. Just bring your attention into your toes. Notice your toes. They buzz. You might even feel your heartbeat. I can feel my heartbeat in my feet, the bottoms of my feet. I can feel tingling up my ankles. My whole body's buzzing underneath, anything that I'm saying at the moment. My hands are buzzing. Everything is buzzing underneath anything that I'm saying. And why am I noticing that? Well, you can only notice that buzz if you're here. If you're only in this part of yourself, then you'll be processing. You'll be in a processing state where you'll see whatever or listen to anything that I'm saying, and you'll be comparing, analyzing. What is you might have a little dialogue that says, "Oh, what's this guy talking about? He must be talking about, I don't know. I don't even know. Yoga came up. Oh, Lance, do you do yoga? I love yoga. Yoga's great, but no, I don't do yoga. But the things that I end up doing look like yoga, and it comes from life. I feel like I just follow the push or the pull, or it's almost like you could say it's like a vacuum gets created inside me, or a little nudge. But without it being physical, it's more like a tap. Like this. I had one down here, just round the back. Just then. Which reminded me to shh. Because I was sort of losing myself. And that's okay. Because I'm still dealing with this here, because it was very powerful and very focused, and had great determination, because I had a vision, and my vision was my reason for being, my life, the whole push for me, and my rugby being my love. I was like, well, I loved you. In most teams, I'd be, probably one of the most helpful players, I would say, for any team to have. And I've been in rep teams pretty much since I was 12. 12 was my first rep team, and I've been playing rep grade rugby since I was 12, and in lots of different teams, because my desire wasn't so much to be an All Black. My desire was to help others realise their own potential so that they could be better, or help the team. Whatever team I was in, my urge was to help the team win. And the best thing that can help the team is if each individual is fully in. If each person is fully in and willing and have a inner urge, and they're not worried about what people say, or I don't know. When you've got a person that's one that's egoic in a team, it can fuck the whole energy of the whole team. And I saw it time and time, time and time again. We'd have certain individuals within a team that were really strong personalities, and I don't know, they were great. They had great leadership potential, but there was something that just I don't know. There was an I am better than element, and when you come from an I am better than, right, that place, because it's just not true. Like, you can't have that sort of in a rugby team. You just can't win a championship with, well, you can, but I hate losing myself. The whole point of this is meditation anyway. And I lost myself. And I could tell, why? Because it felt like shit. Just started to feel bad. Like I started to feel bad in here. And so I've learned now, just when that starts to happen, it's just and then go to your body. Because when this kicks in too much, it draws all the energy up and takes over. And it's just a horrible feeling. This starts to feel like it's like it feels just not very nice anymore. And it's So when that happens, when you feel not very nice inside, my recommendation, and the thing that I've been practicing, and I just, and I get a reminder, which is nice. And my reminder was a kick in my guts. It was not a kick. It was more like a. No. It was like that. It was almost like you could hear it, feel the wind of it, and you know how you can feel the wind. It's kind of like it is physical. It's like the smallest. It's like a non-solid physicality that goes flick in my guts when it's time to So the old flicks through the body thing, and I get them. I've talked about it before, but I get them like in different places in my body. And for me at the moment, it seems as though, and I could be completely wrong, but it seems as though the way that I understand myself and my own flicks through my own body is the way that life knows that I understand it, and so it communicates in that way. So I just got another one. Dink. It's funny, like when I notice the dunks, sometimes it feels like a bit more front, right? Sometimes it's behind. So if I get it in my foot, it's I need to move, or time to continue. If I get it on my left side, it's usually more referring to the other. If it's on the right side, it's more me, it seems. So with meditation, the other way to connect to the whole point of meditation is to connect to the present moment. And when dialogue too much takes you away from the aliveness that's in the present moment. And so there's an aliveness in what you can hear in the ear. And if you listen everywhere at once, but if something calls out, give it don't go directly there and neglect everything else. You just continue. That comes in as part of the whole. You listen to the whole, and then when you listen to the whole, you can also it's like you can hear it far, 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 far away, but also internally, and it seems as though if you feel and listen and feel, there's the zing that's continuous in the background, which you can also feel. A bit burpy. One too many cups of tea, perhaps. So it's just so nice. Very pleasant. No pressure. Just like a bathing in the air that runs through as well as around. And, it's going through my fingers. But if I imagine that my body is one, big finger, and then you can feel the same space flowing right through the whole lot of you, around you, your legs. And so when you're in that state of, feeling your whole body, all of a sudden you'll notice that it'll start, you keep as still as you can and as silent as possible. And it's like you can watch your internal body to see what wants to say hello. So you just wait. It's almost like you just wait in anticipation. And I felt a tink in my shoulder. Now when I get a dink in my shoulder and someone else is around, it usually means to me to prompt attention from whoever I'm talking to. So, can I ask you a question? And could you please leave a comment of some description? Because I guarantee this is, 15 minutes of video time. And I know that, sweet FA people will probably watch this, because I can't imagine anyone watching this, because I flippin' certainly don't. I can't tolerate my own videos. I've made so many videos. I haven't posted any videos because I look at them and I go, fuck. Oh, God. No. Oh, I hate them. I hate them. I hate looking at myself. I hate it. And so hence why, oh God, if I'm really had a special day, and I've done a video, and I've sort of, but there's many, many other videos that you haven't seen. And I will not. But anyway, yeah. Question. So if I was to ask you a question, what do you reckon? Have you tried getting into your fingers? Can you feel the aliveness in them? If you close your eyes, can you feel the aliveness in them? Have you felt that before? Do you know what that is? Does it make sense? You can only feel that in the present moment. That's the big, be in the present moment. You can only feel the aliveness in your fingers if you're present, if you're here. So underneath anything that you do, hold the aliveness inside your fingers. Get out of if you're starting to feel emotional inside, you're starting to lose it, get out of your head, because your head is thinking thoughts and your body's responding to the thoughts that you're having, and it's getting upset because the things that you're thinking are not great. And so you're getting a response from your body, which is boom, 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 fight or flight. And that's the body's response to the thoughts that you have. And so you need, but then you could, if you're having a negative thought, then other strategies will teach you to think of positive thoughts to replace. But one always leads to the other. You can't have one without the other. You can't have a positive without a negative. You can't have a negative without a positive. You must, it's a prerequisite. If it's come from positive, it'll go to negative somehow, because that's how one can't exist without the other. In order for one to exist, you have to have the other. And so, you step out of thought, because in the present moment, you have neither positive or negative. You have the middle. You have neutral. You have the space where positive, and you have the platform from which positive and negative can be created and spring from. So you can have the experience of polarity. And you must have polarity to be able to exist yourself. Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I can feel the energy, because I'm holding this phone, and I can feel the energy of the phone through my hand, and my body's starting to tell me it's getting uncomfortable. And we're on 4G at the moment, and sometimes it jolts me, sometimes, and I have to put the phone down. I can't even imagine what that feels like with 5G. I don't want to imagine. But I have a question for those that are already on a 5G network and know that their phone's on 5G. When you're in your hands and you can feel the aliveness in your hands and you can feel your own energy inside your hand and your whole body, and then you can feel the energy, with everything else has an energy. Once you feel it through yourself, then you can feel it through everything else also, because everything's connected to the same thing. So once you can feel the aliveness that's through your body, that's the aliveness of life itself. And that aliveness of life itself is available, is through everything. All things have that same aliveness inside of it. It has different densities, but it's still the same thing. It doesn't have any edges. There's no separation between one thing and another once you're in that space. And that's how you can know that we're all one, is when you're in that space. So practice being in that space. And how? Well, you start by being in your fingers. You can close your eyes. It's helpful to close your eyes. Can you feel your fingers without moving them, keeping them really still? And I'm holding the phone in my left hand, and it hurts. I can feel that it is a different energy when I hold, but it's the same energy. But the intensity of that energy is huge in my left hand with the phone that I'm holding, compared to my right hand. And if I feel more like the connection between the two and through the body, I can feel that this is making the rest of it feel a little bit less. It's really subtle, less pleasant. If I put you down, okay. This was not hot, just vibrating more. This is like, and this is, so, how else can I explain it? It's just a feeling. It's just like anything. You can't explain feelings, can you? No. Love? Have you tried explaining love? The fuck's that? Well, I tell you, if you have sex and your concentration is through the body and feeling that aliveness, then you start to move into knowing what love is. Because sex is much more here, love is much more. Yeah, I can feel the effect that the phone had. This feels like it's recovering. It's really subtle, but there is a difference. The other night when I was sitting with the phone, it just absolutely shot me. It was like a bit of static from when you stand from the trampoline after you've been on it and you step on the metal bit. It was like that from my phone to my hand. So I really do feel like this wave of new technology is, it's going to hammer a lot of people. Hopefully not. But I tell you, the ones that will hammer is the ones that are on it and don't see. Oh, you bloody just overreacting. Oh, you're, just an idiot. Oh, you know. Yeah. Oh, well. Maybe not. I could just keep being an idiot. But anyway, at 4G I can feel it. And so yeah, let me know if you can feel it. If you notice that there's you've noticed a difference in feeling with holding a phone that's got 5G compared to holding a phone that's got 4. Let me know. Could be not, Lance, you're you're out of your mind. I know I'm out of my mind. The other cool thing I love about meditating and being still and quiet and just feeling through my body is it's almost like my body just knows, I should be in a better posture. It just knows. And it just wants to go here and sort of continuously fix the part of me that needs the most fixing posturally. Should be here. Continuously reminding myself. Well, not reminding, but catching myself, I suppose. Catching myself. What's it been lately? On the heels. I'm always up on the fronts of my feet unless I forget, and then my body tells me I've forgotten. Because if you start hitting with the heels again, then slowly you start to feel a little bit of pulling coming in, just inside your shins, like shin splints. That starts to say hello, unless it doesn't. It's time for me to be on my way. How do I know? Because life went dunk down on my leg. So I'll catch you later.